Hey, and welcome back to Stu Ball's Game. This is Stuart. Today we are going to be working on our Mars rover a little more to make mining a whole lot easier. So, just to do a recap of what we've done previously, we built this base that's got two power sources. We've got solar panels, we've got a hydrogen motor, we've got some storage, we've got a basic refinery, basic assembler, and a battery. And now with our rover, we've got some large wheels on our small block size rover. So today we are going to be working on adding some drills to this to make it more worth our time driving it around, and then we can mine stuff, and that'll be pretty sweet. So first things first, I'm going to need to build an apparatus that we are going to take and plunge into the ground behind us. So we're going to need to build some conveyor belt tubes. So it's going to be the small one because right behind here you can see the small conveyor tube. So we just need interior plates, motors, and construction components, but I need to add this to my inventory, to this, right here. And so I'm not going to worry about necessarily adding it, and then instead of doing elbows, I really like doing just the junctions, because the junctions, if down the road I decide to change what I'm doing, it just makes it a whole lot easier, and it's all the same stuff. Interior construction and motors. Let's see. Interior, we have construction, and we need motors. We need more, and that large tube takes up a lot. Let's see, I don't need all the steel plates because I kind of know what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to build a conveyor, not like that. And we are going to build this up. It's kind of going to look funny right now, and you'll have to bear with me to see why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's going to look really ugly, but at the same time we're just going for efficiency at this point. And so what we're going to do though is we're going to build a large, essentially mining drill section on the back of it, so I can back into a spot and then just drill the heck out of it, and all my stuff is going to be safe. Actually, let's drill this back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit more. Okay, so there's these things called pistons, and they're amazing. I've already got one down here. Right there, you can see pistons. I'm gonna queue up a couple of them, and I'll show you how they work, and we'll take a little gander at them. So I'm going to need steel plates. So let's see if I'll build this up real fast. And I'm gonna walk the beam. Just save a bit of the hydrogen. So now we've got some space here. This is just gonna help with the center of gravity when I do this. I'll show you what I have in mind. Okay, so I don't want to get rid of everything yet. You're definitely starting to get down there on hydrogen though. Oxygen, while I'm looking at it, we'll stock that up real fast. Need some steel plates though. Did I add them? I did. So if I come in here, I'm gonna just press this button, and I need more small tubes apparently. Because if I look in here, I do not have any. Oh, cue some up real fast. That's the large piston. We're going for small pistons. I don't know why it's saying I can't place it. Maybe I need to build this up first. So they actually have two parts you have to weld. There's this front section that you have to weld as well. Right there. And it takes some large tubes, but it's still functional without them apparently. I'm gonna add them, it just... back here real fast. We'll queue up 10 of them. Though apparently I already had quite a few. Okay, now let's see if I can add another piston to it. It's being really finicky. Okay, there we go. We'll add those two. You make sure you hit that middle section. Did I not have? Apparently I didn't have enough. Oh, here comes another storm. Man, the storms are pretty often when you're playing Mars, which kind of sucks because a lot of your, you know, running solar panels and stuff, like, it really sucks. Apparently I need more steel plates. Back over here, drop the rest of these off. Grab some more steel plates. That's way more than I'm going to need, but... So when they have the green on the sides, like you can see right here, that means that they're connected. Things are good. This to be functional. Okay, so as you can see, there's a small conveyor port on the end here. We are going to come in here and we are going to group all these together. Group, and we're going to call them piston. And we're going to call it horizontal. And that's definitely not spelled right. Whatever. Horse. There we go. And we're gonna save that. And I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna just select that. But currently, so with pistons, you've got maximum distance. So these small ones, they can only go 2 meters. You can set a minimum max distance. You can set up some, like the max impulse on them, velocity, safety detach. You can set up quite a bit. So I'm going to just hit reverse on it and we're going to jump out and we're going to take a look and see what that did. As you can see, it extended everything out quite a ways. So we're going to reverse that real fast. We're actually going to set up a hotkey inside of our menu here. We're going to go to groups and we're going to drag this down here. And we are going to, you can see you can extend, you can retract, reverse, that's what we want. And we are going to press that button. And you can see the whole thing just shrinks on in. That's exactly what we want. So, now that we've got this all set up, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put a end right on it. And we are going to, we're going to build some more pistons. Piston. So there's the piston top part. If you need to replace that separately for whatever reason, you knock it off. let's see, we're going to have to do some measuring, but we're going to place these in a horizontal fashion, or a vertical fashion, so that we're going to extend it out back past it, and then we're going to drop it down. That might be a little close. So that's 3 of them. So technically that's only going to extend us 6 meters down. So we might actually... I'm going to stick another one there, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to change one of the settings in here. So if we go into this first piston, we're going to put the... Currently it's at 0, we're going to put the minimum distance, we're going to make it 5 meters. So, if I press this button, you can see that it just hangs off just a little bit. I might need to do a little bit more than that. Make it 0.7. Let's see. You can see that one is out there. And then we're going to add drills. But we need to, we're going to kind of dry fit some of these real fast and see. Because we want these like fairly... I want to see where it's interfering at. And I also want to be able to drill as deep as possible. That's like hanging down pretty low. I could probably go one more piston below it and still be fine. So let's do some. That's 5 pistons, so that's... We're gonna go drop, that'll drop us 10 meters down, which for like things like ice, that's perfectly fine. Really, I'm just trying to clean out my inventory right now. Get rid of some stuff so I can get more stuffed. Okay, and you can already see that it's wobbling. That might be from the wind. When you have large bodies like this, especially with the pistons, they will start to wobble, and you can go in the settings and you can, there's those axial forces. You can stiffen it up a little bit and make sure that you're not gonna shake your thing to pieces. Let's see, is that a full load? That is a full load. So I know for a fact I can get rid of my interior plates right now though. I'm not using those. Let's grab some more stuff. So you can see when I bump it, it wobbles. Which means that once we hook up the drills, it's going to be even worse, which is fine. Especially like even once you start drilling, and the drills will, they add a moment to it as well. Man, I am apparently short on construction components, even though I think I had all I needed, which is weird. That's small tubes, that's what I'm missing. Throw some of those in there. And we're going to add some more DQ. So now I can actually group all of these together. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and then these ones are all of our piston vertical. I'm gonna save all those, and we can reverse them and watch what happens. Brick, and it lifts us up off the ground. It's kind of cool. And we're going to press this button again. Nope, we don't want to smash it. So we need to come look in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. These 5 are the ones that we reverse, and that'll set us back down. For some reason, it is, when I hit that reverse button, it was adjusting all of them, which is kind of weird. But I'm going to adjust this a little bit again. We're going to push it out 1 meter from the... Okay, well, apparently we didn't retract all of them. So this one is not retracted. And it's back in there. So let's take a look as far as drills. Uh-oh. So meteor storms, you need turns to protect yourself against. Hopefully we don't have any issues. You just kind of want to be watching, you know, if I can move this, I will. As you can see, it's coming in. If that was my thing, I wouldn't have been very happy. Sometimes there's multiple that'll come in. The one exciting thing about it is there's normally materials inside the meteorite, so there was ice in there. That's kind of lame, but whatever. Eventually maybe I'll need it. Okay, so back to where we were at. So I'm gonna type in drill. Wait, we've got a drill already selected. We are gonna add some more drillage. 6. And we added it here. We want to rotate it because there's one port on the end, which you can't see. There's one port on the end, and then there's one on each side, and they're all just smart ports. So we're gonna post that there. But then you need to make sure that they line up. 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. And now the important thing that we are going to do before we go out mining is just these things called ejectors. And what an ejector does, as you can read on the side, it allows you can select things, and it accesses the inventory, and it'll kick out stuff that you don't want. So in this case, we're gonna say rocks, and I am going to mount these on the sides for now. Actually, I've got a better place for them. Maybe. Well, depending on what we're doing, we could have a butt ton of rock really fast. So we're going to add one. We've got 3 of them right now. So they should, if I'm driving along, these should totally just fall off and fall down. So we're gonna need some large tubes. Let's see what else we can grab. Okay. It's still saying large tubes, we're gonna need more, but our inventory is pretty much full. Computers, that's one thing that I might not have an excess of at the moment anyways. We'll add some computers in the mix, and I want some more steel plates. I'm going to add here, and we're going to add the ejector. We're going to add what we added, 3 of them. And we are going to add that in. Our first drill is going to be done. So, important thing, so drills can act the exact same as your hand drill if you program them correctly. I guess technically I could have added one straight out the back. These take computers, but they are 100% worth it. I'll show you why in a minute. So, just as a point of note, that gap right there is probably about as tight as you're going to want. If you go to drive over anything larger than that, you're going to break your drills, which is not going to be a happy day. Now, what am I missing over here? Large tubes. Apparently I don't have any in stock at the moment. And drills, I normally like to have it 100% because once one drill goes out, then it limits all your other ones, and you'll see why. Just because they're all online here, that they're kind of dependent on each other as far as that goes. Steel plates. Am I really out of steel plates? Apparently I am. That's more to that inventory. Level this up real fast. There's one other thing I want to do before I go out on our adventure and try out our new ship. I'd really like to add some solar panels to this to just try to top off the energy and make sure that I'm power positive. Once a vehicle's dead and it's out somewhere hard to get to, it's going to be a nightmare to get it back. It's just going to be easier if we start out power positive. Apparently we don't have enough computers yet. Computers. That all looks done. That's all done. Okay. So I'll show you real fast how this works. So I'm going to set up my other pistons real fast. Groups, pistons vertical. I'm going to stick this on the opposite side so I know exactly where it is. We're going to reverse, but then the other thing I'm going to set up is pistons vertical. Oh, that's why it's messed up. I don't think that's the correct order. What happens if I press 9? Yeah, it lifts me up and extends it out, which is incorrect. So if I get out, I can see that the top one and then the 2 bottom ones, there should be 2 in the middle that are not extending. So we need to go in here and let's see. Did all of those ones extend? Not the first one. Did. Okay, so that's the one. Yeah, we want to leave that one alone. That one is on the side. Okay, so these 2 for sure. Okay, well actually I can just go horizontal. Those ones I know are correct. So it's this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All vertical. And I'm going to delete this other one. I actually need all these to retract though at the moment. So let's see, this one, just to pull it all back in. Otherwise, if you hit reverse, they're just going to reverse and they're going to be all screwed up. That one needs to come back in. That one's fine. Reverse that. That one, and that one's fine. And you can see it's kind of wobbly. So let's try it. I'll show you how to ridge that up a little bit. Max impulse. So non-axial. So I'm going to press. We are just going to bump this up a little bit, and that should, we want to do axial, so that like that's along the force. We'll bump that up a little bit. Actually, we'll bump this up a little bit more. You don't want to go too crazy though, because it will cause funny stuff to happen. You always kind of want to play things slowly. So we're going to reverse that. Actually, we wanted to move it over here though. Let's see, reverse. But what I want to change in that is I want the reverse ones to move slower, because I do not want them to move as fast as the other ones. Otherwise, we're going to, when I'm drilling, we're going to have issues. Sweet. So the other thing, to set up to drill. So if we go into block tools, we're going to just drag this down in the bottom. And then if I left click, the drills go. And then if I right click, the drills go the same way. And you can see it just, I right clicked and it got rid of a bunch of stuff. Something else I just remembered I need to fix. I need to come in here and I need to readjust this. I don't want to go flying like I did in the last video with this on the back. So I'm going to jump out real fast. We're going to add, we'll add solar panels another time. Actually, I'll add them real fast. And we've got our ejectors. We need to set those up real fast. So we're just going to add, we'll add 4 of them. Okay, inventory, let's dump everything, pull everything out that we think we might need, and I need to top off that real fast. Apparently I don't have enough of those. Okay, that should be enough to get started on this anyways. 7 is our solar panels, and we are going to set them up not that way but this way, and I might just go right here. I'm always going to have the shadow of the drill hanger thing that's over top, but that's fine. I'm not looking for perfect power, I'm just looking for power, period. Just to top off those batteries and make sure we don't run out of power. And if for whatever reason I need to leave it out somewhere else for a little bit, when I come back it should be more power positive than it was before, which is an important thing. And we can add to it in the future. The way it's built currently, it allows for more things to be added, and that's probably what we'll end up doing in the future. We'll probably add a landing pad for a flying vehicle, so I can drive to a location and then fly if for whatever reason the resource is hard to get to. We need GERS. So there's a major advantage to having the full refinery and the full assembler, and the goal would be to show that to you in this video. This video is already kind of getting longer than I'd like, so we are not going to do it in this video, and we might do it in the next video and just show you the advantages of having that full assembler and that. So as you can see, these ones are 3 bars and these ones are 2 bars right now. Well, we've got a shadow coming through them, and that one's 3 and that one's, so now they're both 3. So we should be able, if I jump in here, if we look at the batteries, recharge in 1 day. That's pretty good. So let's go for an adventure. Actually, before I forget, ejectors. We're going to set these up. The group, we're going to call it ejector. So we're going to save it so that we can turn them on and off. Oh, I don't know. I'm used to doing it in the full-size blocks, not the... small blocks. I think we might need a sorting block first. Sort. Small conveyor sorter. Oh, I'm not worried about bulletproof glass. We will add this in right now. So we're going to add that. We're going to take our 3 ejectors. We're going to add a conveyor. We will add a couple of those, and we'll just dump straight off the back. Yeah, 3's good enough. So we are going to cut this off. Sorry, I forgot to... Oh, apparently I already picked up some stone. Oh. And that one picked up some stone as well. And that one did not. So we're going to come over here, grab what we need. And I didn't add the sorter to... So you can do this on large blocks, but it's a little bit different because you don't have the ejectors. You have to use the connectors. Okay, and then we're gonna go 6 for ejectors. So what the sorter does is it's gonna say, you're gonna be like, oh, I only want it to collect ice, or I don't want any ice, or I want only, and you can say what you do and don't want. And then everything you select is going to get kicked out the back. And, which is nice, because then you don't get weighed down by this just excess of, whether it be stone or whatever else, which we'll use when we do flying things as well. So if we come in here, let's look at our inventory. We've got some stone in there right now. So we are going to go to our control panel. I need ejectors. It's important to set this up so you can turn it on and off. You don't want these just going whenever. You want to be pretty selective. So we want to use stone is kind of the big thing you end up when you're drilling. And our ejectors, we want to collect all, or we want to throw out and collect all. So let's check our inventory. I might have had that backwards. Yeah. So if we come back in here to our sorting, and you can see here already, we just kicked out that rock. So if I drive forward a little bit, ooh, we definitely need to fix that. That's swinging a lot more than I would want it to. Pistons. It's better. If I stop real fast, it's going to be smacking that pretty hard. Let's check it. 100%. Everything looks good. And I didn't put on my parking brake. Let's see if we can add a little bit more stiffness. Smacking kind of hard, but meh, that's okay.
Meteor storm inbound.
Oh, here comes another one of our favorite things. You will not be here to find out what happens. So let's go mine some ice. Oh, I think this is our ice right here. Just want to pay attention so we don't drive into the meteor storm. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, over there. So we know there's ice down here, right? Let's just go forward just a little bit more. So we're kind of over the ice, and then we're going to stop a little bit. And I'm just going to right click a little bit. Oh, and you can already see it. And then we actually might change our piston verticals into a, let's see, extend. Okay, we don't want it to go crazily fast, so I'm wondering if there's a stop. Let's see. No, I'm going to turn them on and off if we, oh, actually, we don't want to do that because it will stop the conveyor belt as well. The conveyor ports, but this should be fine. So we're going to extend this, and we're going to left click, and you can see I'm already dropping stone out the back. And I forgot to extend the other one, so if I press 2, extend that out a little bit. Ooh, get some sway. So right now would be an optimal time to turn off the conveyor belts because they are the ejectors. Because right now they're just going to be dumping it back in, and then I'm going to mine them all over again. And this is a very crude miner. Definitely not the prettiest of all things. I think we're into stone. So, and now we just retract that back on up. Definitely tell they're a little heavier than when they went down. So if we drive forward a little bit, let's bring that back in, decrease our moment, and then it can smack the back of that. And we're going to come over here real fast, and we're going to press 4. And our ejectors are going to start working. They're not extremely fast, but let's look at our inventory. I've got 40,000 ice in each of those, and then I have ice in every single drill. So it's going to take some time, but it's going to empty out all that stuff. I don't want to get too close right now, just because with the dropping rocks, I don't want to have a bajillion rocks right on my base. So I'm just going to set my parking brake, and it's just going to hopefully settle down. This is some of those physics things that obviously something didn't settle right. Had a disagreement somewhere. So, but that is all we've got for today, was upgrading our Mars rover, so now we can collect an excessive amount of ice. In the next one, we will show how to connect it, and then we probably will go over having the full assembler and the full assembler and full refinery attached, and then we'll be able to run this hydrogen motor all the time with having 40,000 ice just chilling there in each of those things, plus all of the ice that was inside each of the drill heads. We're talking quite a bit, 42,000 in each of those, and yeah, we've got quite a bit in each of the drill heads. So that was a success. We've already emptied all of that stone that we had collected, and I bet your batteries are probably doing pretty good right now. Really effective way in order to get out and mine stuff. You can't go super deep with it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do in order to make it work. So you could extend any of the arms, and that would help, or you could add a rotary head down here, so then this spins, the drill heads spin. That would also add, you could control each of the pistons individually. That would help with, you know, drilling slowly and then being able to drive at the same time, and then just essentially strip mine the ground. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was definitely a success. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and I'd gladly reach back out to you. If you have comments on what you would like to see done in the future, let me know. Please like and subscribe if you've made it this far in the video. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. I hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next one.